Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we're doing quite a glam makeup look. I feel like I haven't done a makeup look like this for so long now. It's just going to be eye makeup today because I feel like the past few tutorials have all been like about my base and my foundation routines and things like that, and I haven't done a really nice bold eyeshadow look for so long. So I went for a nice gold cut crease using like really nice reds and warm oranges for summertime. And it's really super glam as well. I absolutely love it. But it's also really easy to do as well, so you can follow me along step by step. So I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do down in the comments below, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe. And if you want to see how we got this makeup look today, then keep watching. I have already done the rest of my face makeup today because I thought I would just sit down and film a really nice bold eye makeup because I feel like I haven't done that for ages. It's all really been about the base and things like that for me at the moment, so I thought I would do something a little bit different. I will leave my full coverage foundation routines and things like that down in the description box because that is similar to what I've done with my skin today. All the products I'm going to use today, as always, will be down there as well, so make sure you go down and check those out. So I'm going to do my brows first today, and I thought I would include them since as we are only doing just the eyes today. I have been doing them a little bit differently, but I have got also brow routines which I will leave down in the description box as well. I've been using this brow pencil from NYX. I was using the Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which is my favourite, but at the moment I'm just using this. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I use the shade Chocolate. And in the Anastasia Brow Wiz as well, I do also use the shade Chocolate. This one is maybe a little bit more red in tone, but it works fine. So I'm just gonna brush through my brows. So as you can see, I just brush them all upwards, and then I like to start just on this inner part here. And I'll just sketch like a line underneath, and then I continue that line all the way along, and then that just gives me the shape of my brow. I don't draw above my brow, I'll just fill in like above this line now, and then I'll just keep taking this brush end, and I like to brush them up so they look really feathery as well. So that is all I've been doing with my brows lately. I actually find it really easy to fill them in now they're a little bit more bushier. And then the last thing that I'll do is take the Brow Drama from Maybelline, and I'll just use that to set them in place and brush them all off. So for the eyes, we first need to prime them, and I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer today. I've just found this in my drawer and I've used it under my eyes. I haven't used it for ages, so I thought I'd get it out. And I'm using for my eyelid the shade NW15. For my under eyes I've used NW20. And I'm first going to use this brush from So Eco. This is a eye shading brush. Taking a little bit, and I'm going to start underneath my brow. And I'm going to go in with this little buffer brush. This came with my Tarte palette, but I just love this one for applying my eyeshadow base. So after that, you're going to need to set that down with some powder. You can use an eyeshadow or translucent powder or anything. I'm just going to use this Mercier translucent powder, and I like to pat the powder all over the top so that I'm not moving anything around, and it does set down in place. And then for the eyes today, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. I haven't used this for so long, but this is my favourite palette of all time. I've seen is it the Subculture palette she's bringing out very soon. I'm trying to decide whether I need that one or not. Perhaps I do, but this one I absolutely love, so that one is obviously going to be just as amazing. I think I'm going to go for like a half a cut crease kind of vibe today, maybe gold and nice warm browns, which is why I've chosen this palette. So to start, we need a transition shade, and I'm going to use Burnt Orange today, which is one of my favourites out of this palette. And I am just going into the crease with this. And with this shade, I'm not being overly neat with this one. And I'm blending it back out towards my brow. Can't decide whether to do winged liner or not today, so we will see how this look goes. And then the next shade that I'm going to pick up is this sort of orangey one. This is called Realgar. And I'm taking the same brush that I used to apply that first transition shade. And I'm not blending this one up as far. So this is mainly going on the outer part of my lid. And then you can always keep taking a clean brush with the first transition shade that we used, and then just use that over the top to blend it all out. I think when it comes to any eyeshadow, it's always about the blending, so if you can master the blending, then you can do any makeup look that you want to. Again, I'm going in with that first transition shade and blending out the top. Trying not to apply too much at one time because there is a bit of fallout with these, and I have already done the rest of my makeup, so I don't really want this falling all down my face. I always think that these kind of tones as well make my eyes look a lot more blue. And I do want this outer corner to be quite deep because I think I'm going to do like a gold cut crease on the inner corner. Okay, these tones are just perfection for me. I absolutely love them. I'm going to move on to this really dark shade here. This is called Cypress Umber and it's a really deep brown. I'm going to move on to quite a small brush now. This is the opposite end brush to the one we used first to apply the eyeshadow base. It's just a little bit more smaller and denser, so I think I can get right into the crease with this one. And I'm using this to just deepen this outer corner of the eye and then the outer crease as well. I do want to try and still keep this as like a really nice reddy orange like we've got. So then once I've got it down like that, I can go back in with this brush that we applied the first two shades and then just go over and blend that out. And I'm going to bring some of this shade right into this very inner crease, just a small amount, so when we do cut it, there is a really nice like defined line from dark to light. Okay, so let's cut the crease now. I'm going to use the same concealer as before, the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and then I'm going to use this little lip brush from Real Techniques. I think it's just called a lip brush. So I'm going to start on this very inner corner, and I like my cut crease to be just above my natural crease, so when my eyes are open you can still see it. So I am going to come just above my crease. So I will sort of set out where I want it to go, and then if I look in the mirror and I want it a little bit higher, I can do that. It's always better to start slowly because you can bring it up gradually, but obviously it's harder to bring it down. And you also don't need to worry at the moment about blending it in to this darker area, as long as you just get the shape first. And then we can worry about that when we get to it. So now we have cut our crease, we need to set that in place, and I'm going to use this really nice gold at the bottom. This is called Primavera. And then to do that, I'm going to use the brush that came in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm carefully just going to pat this on. So now we've nearly got all of our cut crease, we just need to help blend the gold and then the darker outer corner together a little bit more. So the first thing that I'm going to do is use my finger, and I'm just going to pat these two together first. And then I'm going in with this brush and I'm just going to sort of wiggle it over this line. It has got a little bit of the burnt orange that we used. And then on this brush again, taking the tiniest amount of Cypress Umber, and the same again, just sort of wiggle it over where the two of them meet. I've decided I'm not doing a wings liner, but I am just going to line the tops of my eyes just because I'm going to be wearing lashes, so I want the band to be disguised. So I'm just using the Maybelline Flat Gel Liner, as I always use. And then for the under eyes, I'm going to mix the two sort of transition shades we use. So it's going to be this one, which was Burnt Orange, and then Real Gar. I'm taking a pencil brush first, but I may need to change it to a more fluffy one. And then I am just going to blend that out a little bit using this sort of fluffy brush. And then using this flat brush, I am going to take the dark brown, which was Cypress Umber, and press this into my lashes. Then I'm going to line my top and lower waterlines using the MAC Costa Riche eye pencil. Then I'm quickly going to apply my mascara and lashes. I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara and the Koko lashes from Queen Bee, but I'm going to do this off camera because I feel like my battery is going to run out and I really don't want to have to recharge it. So I'm just going to quickly apply these now. So lashes are on, and that means eyes are done. The last two things I need to do is 1, highlighter, and 2 is lips. For highlighter, I'm going to use Champagne Pop because, again, I haven't used this for ages either. And then I'm also going to do a little bit on the brow bone, just slightly, and then the inner corners as well. I'm going to do a nude lip, so I'm going to start with Max Spice lip pencil. Very lastly, to finish, I'm going to use this liquid lipstick from Revlon, and I think this is in the shade Seduction, but I'm not sure, so I'll find it and leave it in the description box. And these smell amazing as well. So that completes today's makeup look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below, and if there's anything else that you want to see on my channel over the summer as well. And please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe too, and I will see you soon. Bye!